Okay, really great.
Our cool new fart machine. That's freaking sweet. So there's
But
the
yeah,
one. Yeah, we haven't had a metal-oriented thing in about a month and a half now.
that counts. Okay. It was your turn for one of these. Yeah, I got pretty excited about a different album that I'm going to want to talk about it on my turn, but then I was like, well, wait a minute.
Yeah.
It's not my turn yet.
Not dude, like, I don't want to create the misconception that all I listen to is chill electronic ambient and beats.
Yes, what even are these?
But yes, these are what people call metal albums. I mean, they're made of metal, but
This is 2005.
yeah. So
The one that was the best of Ozzy.
yeah, that would be this one, or that one. Anyway, today what we are here to discuss is the djent metal genre. I say djent because the genre itself is named after something completely stupid. It is named after the low guitar chord. You know, the djent, 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 djent.
In the name of the, what's it called? Grindage?
Yeah,
That's funny.
it's grindy. You're not allowed to play above anything drop. Like if you go above drop, then you're not allowed to. It's not allowed to be called djent. It's not allowed anyway. Not allowed to be called even metal. But the history goes back to, I guess, the 90s, in the progressive era, when it was time to maybe explore new territory in regards to metal.
Oh, progressive metal? Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I have that Dream Theater
Dream Theater,
album.
yep.
Yeah, that's progressive.
Yeah, that's good.
Tool is progressive, but they really started amping it up in about 2008 or 9, whenever it was time for all the metalcore and hardcore metal groups to start pumping up the power chords.
Our new news?
It goes, yeah, I guess we could call it a new. Like,
Or the news?
there's not a lot of hip hop orientation with these, but
Oh, I don't know the difference.
but
But yeah,
yes,
it's of course a
it's
90s and 2000s phenomenon.
brutal.
I, again, didn't even know the name
Yeah,
with all the splitting into the subgenres and micro-genres. And Marvelettes.
yeah, they're what metal people are trying to do here is like the same thing that electronic musicians were doing during the 90s, and like splintering in the 5 million different subgenres. You have your ambient chill out, your dubstep, your freaking
All those waves.
all the
There's
waves.
a lot of stuff named after a wave.
There was like 6 or 7 waves in the genre. Here, it's the same thing. They're a bit more creative with the naming though. But here you have hardcore metal, metalcore, mathcore, freaking progressive metal, main
You want a
heavy
name.
metal. Yeah.
You're basically looking for a new genre.
Yeah. So the cool thing I like about djent is that it combines the two things in metal that I love: progressive and brutal. Like I like the low chords, and I like the progressive stuff that doesn't sound exactly the same each time. But whenever you queue up one of those 3-hour djent music playlists, it does start sounding the same all the time.
Eventually.
Because the big deal with the djent music is there's not a lot of room for melody. It's all about hammering those chords,
Yeah, you can't do that much different, otherwise it doesn't even count anymore.
hammering the drums. That's what it's all about. It's just that's all you hear is and you might hear a deep voice screaming guy doing his thing. They do it. There's a lot of groups that do like a little bit of variation with how the vocals work. because you have your different levels of screaming, with your high-pitched screaming, your mid-level screaming, and there might also be some guy left over from an emo band in the background singing like a harmony.
Oh, yes, they combined those, didn't they?
Yeah, we're doing this.
Switches off, and then it'll go to the next man that does his part.
We're doing this. It's progressive. This is what progression looks like. Mashing the two together. So, but the funny story about Djent, and this is like the main reason I did the video today, is whenever I first heard about it way back, I was like, oh, okay, Djent. I'll have to check that out later. Thinking it was a band.
Oh, that it was either a guy's name.
It was a guy's name or a band's name. So I'm like, okay, yeah. How about a year or two later, we
know it's not a person.
Go to check it out.
Wasn't that one thing that said it doesn't quite even count as a genre?
Barely.
Didn't they say something like it's just more of a approach of sound?
Yeah.
That you might do in.
It is literally the what the deep chord would sound like. Djent. Djent.
Yeah, you follow.
Djent. Yeah. So
what it is.
The
otherwise
meme,
it doesn't count.
The meme lords of the internet decided to put this into a genre. Stuff like Dream Theater and all the heavy experimental bands of Europe and all that. They decided to just put it in the djent genre, mainly for the namesake.
A playing technique,
and
like you can have like the djent part of your song.
Yeah, but I thought it was a band. I thought it was an artist.
Yeah, but that's a wonderful thing, though. I wish you would have gone a little longer before eventually learning the painful truth.
That's the thing. It's like it's a good name for an artist.
That's funny.
That is my defense. I'm like, well, hey, the Djent. That sounds like either like a smooth groove band from Canada or.
Well, I didn't know how it's spelled when you said it, and I just assumed it began with a G. I'd never heard this name before. That's with a DJ.
Well,
spelling.
You have to emphasize the low end of the djent of your drop strings.
Begins with a T. Yeah, I would have said T-Y-A or T-Y-U is how I would have said it. But yeah, the word djent, one of those ironic things.
Yes.
Where you might name your group Bad Company.
It's stupid.
Even though all four of you are nice guys.
Yeah.
One of those things where
it's
like gentlemen.
Yeah. It's stooped in irony.
You give an ironic definition for being gentlemanly.
Yeah.
When you're in a power metal.
And it took every ounce in me to not begin the video with "Good morning, ladies and gents."
Oh, I thought you were going to. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was well beyond the path of obviousness. So, but yeah.
It's good that it counts as something you can do. I mean, it is kind of interesting that it doesn't even count as its own subgenre.
It like barely counts.
It'll blend in the nuances.
It's freaking good. I happen to like it. I've already said why I like it, but like it to me, it represents the best combination of progressive metal and just the deep hardcore
and
sound.
What they were trying to do with the noise. Yeah.
So.
I would like, that would be awesome, thinking of this use of onomatopoeia for it. I would like to hear, or wish it existed, a type of country fiddle that might be called what?
Fwee?
Yeener Neeners. Yeah, I wish there was. I wish there was like a subgenre of steel guitar that was called like yeah.
Yeah. Anything involving a steel drum like the Jamaican music will be boing.
It would be like
called boing.
Boink. Yeah. You can have boink music.
Yeah.
You can have or your boink section of the song.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Anyway, that's pretty fun to think about. When the drummer would hurry up and get to doodle-doo part of the song.
Yeah. I mean, every time, Phil Collins could have made his own subgenre. The doos. The do drumming, like the do music. Do.
Oh, what's it called? Yeah, do.
Yeah. So, yeah. There it is. My personal venture with Djent, adventure.
And I love really forcing the issue on this, how shall we say, pluralism? I don't know. Just taking the genre scene or whatever and just really cramming the subgenres.
Oh yeah. Like
we're on a chart that's just like a a big branch chart that just goes
It's like it's like following the freaking life tree. We're on just mammals alone.
Like a couple dozen different in what used to just be.
Yeah. If you have like an 8-point font, it still takes up like 3 screens.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
So
when, micro genre or a subgenre of its own.
Would it be a micro by then?
Gets split into.
We split it down.
How you could call rock and roll. It was originally part of pop.
Yes. Yeah.
So when everything genrefies and splits in,
we eventually split it down to where the fan base is only like 10 people big.
Yeah, it's almost nothing. Yeah, it's taken to its extreme of what can even be created as a.
There's like 1 or 2 artists in the entire.
Wait 2 months before my thing can even count as a microgenre.
Yeah, and what happens whenever you add like the sick bass drop to a Djent song? What does it become then? Does it become? What does it become?
Oh, a new name again?
Yeah,
exactly.
So, we got bass Djent, you called it like that.
Yeah.
So,
and then you have to take a second while you're saying it to pause and get the inflection right.
Oh yeah, definitely. Without the inflection, it's meaningless.
Well, they don't inflect. They don't integrate into normal conversation very well. But that's just a good way to draw attention to.
So
when you have to stop and inflect it the right way.
Djents, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, short musical opinion on Djent.
It's just another interesting aspect of the world around us.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
And these